Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Greta and I have an incredible video today with some of my favorite chocolate fragrances. I did before a top 3 chocolate fragrances of like 3 different price ranges, but I wanted to give a larger list with a whole lot more suggestions because there's a lot of great chocolate fragrances out there. So I actually have a list of 15 for you to choose from. Some you may know, some you may not. So I can't wait to get into that. So if that's something that interests you, stay tuned for that. So it's that time of year, we start thinking about the holidays. We've got Christmas and New Year's and Valentine's Day and lots of gift purchasing to go around. So I was actually really excited to receive this. Roses Forever were so kind to send me this incredible arrangement of, I think I got 36 roses in here. They do have everything from even an individual rose to all up to like 39 roses, and it comes in all kinds of colors and shapes. I had seen these on a lot of YouTube channels. We all have. So what I was really surprised for was how incredibly fragrant these are. I just thought, okay, they just kind of are preserved and look really nice, but wow. I mean, they're like fresh roses and smell so good. I just was not expecting that. Just to, so you understand that, gosh. And honestly, I love fresh flowers, and so does my mother. What I can't stand is the task of having to constantly trim them and change the water, and then they just kind of dwindle away and they're trimming and they're left more and more paltry. And then if you're lucky, you get like a week out of it. So to have these roses that stay incredibly fresh like this for a year actually really excites me. And that makes a great gift. It also makes a great gift for somebody that now I know, having been sent lots of roses my day to an office, and having to like strap that baby in on the passenger seat to get it home. Whereas, not everybody has that kind of a commute to get home. Some people are on mass transit and whatnot, carrying other stuff, and carrying an arrangement home can be an issue. Whereas this is a little easier. It is in this hat box with this velvet lid here. It's a whole velvet box that transporting this without harming them is actually pretty easy, which is kind of nice. And because it's roses, you don't have to worry about allergies, and they are vegan and all of that. You don't have to worry about everybody's list of things that you can't get for them, because there's a lot these days. We all know that. And it is a company based right in New York, but they do ship globally, so you don't have to worry about that too. I do have a code for you for a discount, just like everyone else. I have Greta 20 for 20% off. I don't receive anything from that. That is just a discount code to extend to you. So just think about it. It's actually not a bad idea. I was actually really impressed with what I received here. I still can't get over how fragrant they are. They are preserved in natural oils. It's all natural here. So the next thing we start thinking about is chocolate. Who doesn't like chocolate this time of year? Like, there's all sorts of chocolate treats. So I have a list here of 15 fragrances. 2 of them are discontinued, but you can still kind of find them. The first one is Armani code Satin. Satin. It is a flanker. This one, along with Cashmere, are both discontinued, but sometimes you can find them. If you can, grab them. They are so incredibly good and comforting. I sat there in the store trying to tell them apart. They are different, but they're so similar. I just couldn't decide which was better. So it does have this like coziness, cashmere kind of vibe to it, along with the spices and some cocoa in here. That cacao really just gives this comforting vibe. This like delicious, comforting vibe. This is not really a gourmand, even though it has that cocoa in there. I still don't really consider it a gourmand, but it does have that in there. The next one, I think everybody will agree they love, and it's pretty photorealistic to me. It smells like a chocolate bar melted in my pocket, but it's Guerlain's Gourmand Cocaine. I do just have a decant of it. This one is seriously, it has dark chocolate in it, but to me smells like a melted milk chocolate bar. Like, it's just so good. It's very hard to find, but I think Travis Dapper is doing a bottle of some of the discontinued really hot items. He does a really good job. I have to say, a lot of dupe companies, you know, they get the oils, but there's a lot more to it. Just like anybody can get hamburger meat, okay? But does that mean that they're gonna prepare a hamburger for you the same way? No. He happens to do a really good job in his preparation with the perfume oils and uses a really high grade of perfumer's alcohol, which I think is what makes a difference. So I look forward to trying Gourmand Cocaine if he does get that version, because this one is so, so good. But again, hard to find. While we're on the Dapper, another one I really like from him that I've been wearing is his Dior's Fève Delicious. Now I have a 10 ml decant of the Dior Fève Delicious, and I never really liked it. I've come to realize that I think there's something wrong with my decant. Mine is a lot more smoky. It's a skin scent. It doesn't really last. It's not this gourmand that everyone talks about. Whereas Travis's is phenomenal. Now, I did send this to a subscriber of mine, a decant of both, to kind of get his spin and see which one's more like the original. But I do know that Travis will amp up, like if there's a fragrance like Parfums Modable, Cassili, nobody really likes because the longevity kind of sucks. He'll amp that up in it, which is what I like, how he does these little improvements in it. And this one he just made so amazingly gourmand and delicious, and you have all those yummy notes in here. He really amped up that sour cherry in here. So I get that like tonka bean creaminess with the vanilla and the sour cherry and some caramel and chocolate, and it is such amazing to look. Like, I have been wearing this a lot. I had to get this out of my purse because I just got this. Look at this. Like, it's insane. It's so yummy. I never really liked the original, and I absolutely love this one. So, but I'll keep you posted. I think there is something wrong with my original decant. I don't know. It's from a really reliable source, but we'll find out. The next one, I think a lot of people know, is Montal's Chocolate Greedy. My label has like completely worn off, but Chocolate Greedy. This is another one with the cocoa, the vanilla, the tonka bean, giving that creaminess with the cocoa. And you also have a little bit of dried fruits and bitter orange in here. I like orange combined with chocolate. You'll find that in a few of these. And I find that it gives this nice, like, fresh slice to it. Almost like those chocolates that are wrapped with foil that looks like an orange, and then they have this hint of orange in there. And then they're like little wedges of chocolate. Yeah, this one's really good. This one lasts, this one projects, this one's a good one, and very cocoa. The next one I'm a little torn on, but it's very popular. That one I have a sample of, and it's by Gallagher, and it's wicked good. I love that saying because back in Boston, everything is wicked good, right? But wicked good actually it's like an ambery, spicy chocolate fragrance. So to me, it's never like that melted chocolate bar kind of, or powdery cocoa that if I'm looking for a chocolate fragrance, I tend to crave. This one is more like that amber fragrance that happens to lean into the gourmand. I do find it probably one of the more masculine leaning. It's definitely unisex, but it just kind of leans into the masculine a little. This one again has that milk chocolate and tonka bean and vanilla, kind of like the theme you're gonna find here. But I think there might be patchouli in here too. I kind of get patchouli and ambery, kind of, I don't know, the amber accord. That is just more of a rich, decadent fragrance. So I think the times I wore it, I was like, oh, whoa, you aren't what I was expecting. But this one is another beast if you're looking for something like that. The next one was on my other top three list, and it's by Bond New York, and it's So New York. Even though I decluttered a lot of my bonds, this is one staying with me. And it has this freshness to it, this lightness to it, yet has this undertone of this like cocoa powder. This almost like you powdered your body and there's like a chocolate essence to your body powder kind of feeling. And this one has coffee in it too. Like you'll find a bunch of these have coffee in there as well that kind of just blends with that cocoa and gives it this depth. There's something, there's a certain brightness to it. It's not aldehydes, but there's something that just gives it some levity, like it brightens it, that it's not this heavy, rich chocolate kind of fragrance. It's a light, powdery kind of cocoa, which is why I like it so much. And there's something comforting about it without being smothering. I really, really enjoy this. I'm going fast because I do have a lot. The next one is by another house that I just love. This is by Profumoromo. These are the bottles, but I actually have it in a decant here. I got this Sorriso. Sorriso means to smile in Italian. You can see it's a gorgeous ambery brown chocolatey juice. This one, I love the Profumoromas. They're very, very high in oils that when you spray it, you really do want to rub them in. You don't want to get on your clothing, but they say it's okay to rub it in. It's the only perfume house I've heard where they do encourage you to rub it in. They're not worried about you crushing any of the top notes there. This one is a gorgeous, almost like a water-based chocolate milk. I think of like Yoo-hoo, like if you know the Yoo-hoo beverage, where it's this water-based chocolatey kind of thing. Because it's, again, not heavy, but very chocolatey. And these last. With these high oils, they last. You will smell them on you. I do hear that they give a little bit of a trail behind you, but it's not like they're these projection beasts. But you will definitely smell it all in your bubble, which I get a lot of enjoyment from that. But yeah, how can you not smell chocolate and not smile? So Sorriso is kind of cool. The next one, I don't have a full-size bottle. I have the travel size. It's by Yuniki Luxury. I know you can get this at Beverly Hills Perfumery. I will get this up this weekend. I don't know if we'll still have the Black Friday special. This is Chocolate Makes Me Happy. I love this one. This one, again, has the dark chocolate and cocoa in it. There's also some lavender. You definitely get that lavender in here. And then as it dries down, you'll get that cinnamon, coffee. And there's some ginger too. So kind of like at the top, gosh, I'm gonna have to spray you. Yeah, it opens up, you get a little bit of a spark of lavender, you get that pinch of ginger, and you really get the cocoa right away. But I do like how fresh that keeps it. The top just opens very nice. And it dries down to this, oh my gosh, you want to eat your arm. Oh man, that lavender smells so good with this. I really like that. Yeah, and then it just kind of richens up. This one is amazing on men and women. Yeah, you don't have to worry about it being too like cutesy. That lavender and ginger really just makes it nice and elegant. Like, I love this one. Oh man, this is good. Okay, the next one is more recent for me, and it's by Navitus, and it's Imperial. Oh man, this is a good gourmand. Oh yeah, okay. Now this one has orange and plum in it also, kind of giving that like essence into this chocolatey gourmand. I get Madagascar vanilla too. I don't know if that's in here, but I'm getting that. And this incredible like chocolate pastries, like chocolate baked goods. There's also tonka bean in here, which is kind of a common denominator with the rest of them here. And a little bit of suede note when it dries down, that just kind of gives this like a little bit of almost grit to it, like a little bit of texture to it. But man, yeah, a whole lot of chocolate. Oh God, man, this is so good. This one has Cocoa Scones Accord. To me, it's just chocolatey baked goods amazingness. Like, yeah, this is an amazing one. And they have some great sales, and this one is a really, really good price if you're feeling stretched out or if you want to get a really nice gift, these are in great presentation and you can get them on a good price these days. The next one is by Vancleef and Arpels, and it is Orchidée Vanille. This one, I've kind of ignored lately because I was having issues with it lasting on my skin. But I feel like sitting on the bench, being a little bench warmer has been good for it in kind of just macerating and amping up that longevity for me. But this one, again, with the chocolate and the vanilla, obviously by the name, it does have orchid in it as well, which gives this nice floral hint to it. Again, the tonka bean as well. It does have musk, which gives this nice little fluffy texture to it. Not a huge puff of cloud, but just this nice fluffy skin scent kind of yumminess with a little bit of that cocoa powder kind of essence from the cocoa and the musk mixed together. It also has violet in it, which helps again with that powderiness. And a little bit of bitter almond, which kind of gives this almost like chocolate with nuts kind of vibe to it. And again, the orchid, which just gives a nice floral essence to it. Really, really pretty. Really pretty. And because it's got the floral essence with that cocoa and the violet powderiness, there's a very elegant vibe to this. Very elegant. While being mass appealing because who doesn't like chocolate? Okay, we're getting down to my top 5, and these really are my top 5. These are, yeah. Now this one I did buy a full bottle of. I haven't received it yet, but I did just buy one. Of course, you know, my kind of crap luck. I bought it like the day before finding out there was a discount code, and now there's an even deeper discount code with the holiday weekend, and I was an impulsive idiot, and there's nothing I can do about it. I paid full price. You know how much I like that, right? Anyway, it is by my favorite, Le Indomodable. It is Vanille Havane. Travis sent me this, the leftover of his travel. I think he had gotten a full bottle. And I, of course, after wearing it a few times, was like, I have to have it. So now I have a full bottle. Oh my God. Okay, so we have the vanilla and the tobacco and cocoa. Oh man. And there's some booziness and some spiciness. And it is thick and decadent and rich and delicious. And oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. I know a lot of people view it as more of a tobacco fragrance, but there really is a strong presence of cocoa in here as well, along with the vanilla and the rum and the spiciness. And it's just the most amazing. This has taken the place of Tobacco Vanille by Tom Ford was always my winter ride or die, always like fall back on fragrance. This has kind of taken the place of that because it's just a more gourmand version, a more refined, believe it or not, more refined, smoother kind of fragrance, and is just, wow. This is like seduction in a bottle. It is smooth like that. Like, yeah. If you haven't tried it, you really, really, really need to get your hands on this. You need to try it. The next one is Middle Eastern brand. It is from Arabian Ouds, and it's Rasala. I think that means to write, I think. Oh man. This has a little more smokiness to it. I think this is a rose oud vanilla fragrance, and that oud in here kind of gives this smokiness, even though it's not a really smoky one, but that oud just kind of gives that smokiness. There's a little bit of leather in there, and that chocolate in here really comes through as it dries down. And that chocolate and oud just kind of like, it gets really good. Really good. There's also some saffron in here, giving that little bit of dry spiciness. There's a little bit of powderiness in here. The rose in here is beautiful, but it gives like a hint of floral. It's really about that oud and saffron and cocoa and leather, and but it has that vanilla giving the sweetness too, and the cocoa giving sweetness. It's a really good one. I like Rasala. It's delicious. The next one is by EBK Paris. I absolutely love this one. Deep in Desire, also known as Yacht, because it's designed after the most expensive yacht in the world. That is, I don't know how it doesn't sink with all the gold on that boat. Seriously. This one is, oh yes, it opens with this gorgeous like blueberry cake. And then it turns into Ferrero Rocher, where you have like this hazelnut paste, like a hazelnut chocolate kind of thing. And then the grape turns into dark chocolate, this dark chocolate dry down. It is so, so good. If you like one umbrella for two, that kind of starts out like this. I find this much richer and kind of just gets stronger and richer and more decadent as it goes on, where I find like one umbrella by two just kind of vanishes really fast. This one starts out with the blueberry, which turns to grape, turns to chocolate, and it's so good. This is probably my favorite gourmand that I have, and it's just such a luxurious blue bottle too. And the top two. Number two, I have Symphonium by Xerjoff. This one is, again, it's got that hint of orange along with the chocolate. Yeah, it opens with that burst of citrusy orange. Has a little bit of spiciness in it. Again, it has that oud with cocoa. It has this, it has cardamom in here, which gives a beautiful little like spicy kick. And it's got the Laitian oud, which is really soft and smooth and refined oud. Very, very refined. And the cocoa in here is just like this intoxicating kind of cocoa that just kind of emanates from your body with this like powdery seductress to it that I really love. And that cocoa powder mixes with the musk again. Kind of like, this is a much amped up version of the So New York, which has that musky cocoa powder to it, but this is much more refined, much more amped up. You have that oud in here, and you have the cardamom in here, and the orange giving this like, just like this edge to it, this essence to the cocoa. Oh, this one is so good. And of course the vanilla in here, like, again, you know, vanilla in with a lot of these. So delicious. I know Symphonium's expensive. I think they have 2 sizes now. The last one, number 1. Of course, a Roja Dove. I love these bottles. Look at this. I finally got my hands on this. This is not easy. I had to get it from the Roja Dove site, where you can find ones that are distributed exclusive to certain places. You can also find the heritage where they're no longer distributed, but you can find them there. But there were 3 from this collection. What is the collection? They were all like, I love you forever, I love you, and another one was, it was like the 3 stages of love. This is the Ti Amo, I love you, the middle one. And this is, oh wow, okay, so I get the florals, like rose in here, and you definitely, when you spray it on your body, get that like musky cocoa powder on you, and he's really good with like heliotrope, that gives that emanating kind of vibe. This one has, let's spray you. I definitely get that Rose de Mai. It also opens with a little bit of orange blossom. I also get ylang-ylang in here, surprisingly ylang-ylang, but I think everybody kind of associates in their head ylang-ylang with like relaxing moments, vacations, and kind of just chill kind of times, right? It's what we associate it for. You don't associate it with stressful or like grand events. There's something very relaxing and enjoyable about ylang-ylang. And then it dries down, you get this like sandalwood and vanilla and cocoa that all gives this creamy kind of powdery vibe with the orris. That powdery cocoa powder powderiness you get with the orris in here. And I think there's heliotrope too. Again, you have, there is guaiac wood or oud in here too, which gives that nice depth. But You really get that orris root powderiness with the heliotrope and the cocoa and the vanilla and the sandalwood, and that really kind of dominates in here. And the labdanum, which kind of gives like this texture, like bite to it, like this, like you can sink your teeth into it a little bit. This is so, so good. This is my favorite cocoa one. There's something very elegant and regal about how he presents all of his fragrances, where even if you're in this amorous kind of mode, that this is like sexy and amorous, but in a really sweet cocoa, lovey-dovey kind of way, not in this like animalistic kind of sexy. This is more of a sweet and endearing kind of like true love kind of moment. Gosh, this would probably be a great wedding night kind of thing. There's definitely Valentine's Day or any kind of special occasions you have coming up now. An incredible gift. I mean, ti amo, I love you. Hello, in these gorgeous red Swarovski crystals. This one, I'm telling you, this one, you can't go wrong. If you can afford it, this is, and that Rose de Mai definitely comes through. Ooh, pair this with the Rose de Mai candle and you have the most stunning, exquisite gift. Bam, mic drop. Seriously, yes. Oh my God, yes. Okay, that is my top 15. Yeah, I'm very passionate about these babies, sorry. That's my top 15 chocolate prominent fragrances. I hope you enjoyed them. Let me know if you have some, which are on your list, which ones have your attention. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Mwah.